After extensive research, we've compiled a list of the 3 best CB radio antennas, starting with the best budget pick, then the best premium, and for the number 1, our top choice, all things considered. The budget antenna comes at a low cost, without, however, sacrificing essential features. The premium CB antenna provides notable features and performance, even if it seems a bit excessive and heavy on the pocket. And for our top choice, the antenna provides good all-round performance without necessarily being the best at everything. However, it has an edge on the competition as a whole package. So let's get started. Price information and all antennas mentioned in the video are available in the description. Number 3, Tram 3B HC Fiberglass CB Antenna. Best budget CB antenna. Value for money comes almost naturally when you pick a fiberglass antenna. Tram 3B HC Fiberglass CB Antenna manages to handle the delicate balance between budget, pricing, and fulfilling performance roles. As a fiberglass antenna, this one has a copper wire running on a fiberglass rod and housed in a protective casing. The tip is rubber and forms a tight seal to keep the antenna secure. Tram says this is a heavy-duty construction. However, in the world of fiberglass antennas, the term heavy-duty is somewhat debatable. Fiberglass isn't remotely as flexible as antennas made from metal like stainless steel, so the antennas feel a good amount of torque and wind resistance. In many cases, this can cause the antenna to break. To Tram's credit, though, the antenna seems to perform fairly well in this category. Using a spring with the mount can add some flexibility to the antenna, giving it more protection against breaking. The antenna is a 3-foot whip in black color and a red rubber cap with a diameter of roughly 0.3 inches. With a frequency range of 26 to 29 megahertz, the antenna covers the entire citizen's band with relative ease. When it comes to mounting this antenna, it's simple enough with the conventional 3/8 inch by 24 thread mounting. However, tuning it is an entirely different story. Tram takes the tougher route for tuning the antenna, since to do so, you'll have to remove the rubber cap and then cut away at the plastic wrapping. Once that's done, carefully trim the copper wire as required to get the tuning right. While it isn't difficult to pull off, it does seem like a lot of work. Newer fiberglass antenna models like the Fire Stick 2 include a screw at the top to make tuning a breeze. Nevertheless, that convenience comes with an increase in cost, so we can forgive this little problem considering the low price. Tram rates this as a 1500 watt antenna, which even if it can be theoretically possible, I wouldn't expect it to get anywhere near that number, considering it is still a low cost antenna. Overall, it's clear that the Tram 3BHC fiberglass CB antenna lacks the bells and whistles seen in several other CB antennas. However, as a value product, it's tough to beat. It has an attractive price tag, acceptable build quality, and does its job as a CB antenna reasonably well. And that's more than good enough for a budget CB antenna. To sum up, what we like is the attractive price tag, the acceptable build quality, and the adequate signal quality. On the downside, tuning can be difficult, and fiberglass rod might break due to speed. Before moving to the next CB antenna, it would really help us continue making more videos if you support us by just hitting the like button and subscribe, or even with a comment so that we know if you like it or if there's something we can do to improve next time. I promise it costs nothing, just a few seconds. So let's move on to the next radio. Number 2, Wilson 5000 Trucker, best premium CB antenna. Wilson will proudly tell you that their T5000 range offers the most powerful CB radio antennas in the world. Coming from the same series, Wilson Electronics 30550 lays claims to the same performance. It's partially for this reason, along with its build quality, that this antenna is our pick for the best premium CB antenna. The antenna can handle 5,000 watt RF power output on AM. If you take it to SSB, the RF power output can get as high as 20,000 watts. If you ever reach a power output that this antenna can barely handle, there's a good chance you'd have the FCC looking for you. Wilson has engineered the antenna to provide good performance, perhaps even over-engineered it a bit. The result is remarkable performance, but also a price that might give you pause. Although it's expensive, it feels that the price is well deserved. The loading coil for the antenna is a 3/16 inch solid copper wire plated with silver. That's a combo you want for excellent gain and signal quality. A special high-impact thermoplastic housing keeps the coil safe and working even in extreme weather conditions. This thermoplastic cover also prevents the coil from breaking or icing up in bad weather. The coil is removable for safe storage when needed. Removing it also reduces the height of the antenna, making it easier to pull into garages and similar structures. Since this is a center-load antenna with steel shafts, you could use it with a 5-foot or 10-foot shaft as necessary. The default packaging includes the 5-foot shaft, with the base measuring about 10 inches, while the whip covers 52 inches. The whip and the shaft are both made from stainless steel. Apart from allowing excellent signal quality, the length also keeps room for tuning the antenna. Some trimming might be necessary to manage the VSWR, so the long length of the shaft comes in useful. Mounting the antenna is simple enough, as it works with the 3/8" by 24" threaded mount. However, it's worth remembering that though built quite well, this is a heavy antenna. It needs secure mounting with consideration for the shaft during use. Any change would require accounting for torque, which might otherwise break the antenna. Overall, if you want a powerful trucker's antenna for a CB radio, this antenna would be more than adequate. For once, a marketing tagline actually rings true, at least in this case. As they say, you can't go wrong with a Wilson antenna. To sum up, what we like is that it uses old silver-plated solid copper coil. The shaft and whip are made from stainless steel. The coil is housed in protective thermoplastic, excellent performance, and good build quality. On the downside, heavy enough for torque to be an important consideration during installation, and it doesn't come with a mount. Number 1. Larson NMO 27C, our top choice. Larson's mobile whip antenna, part number NMO 27C, is quite the catch for CB radio needs, making it our top choice. Designed to handle frequencies in the range of 27 to 30 megahertz, this quarter-wave antenna can handle CB needs without any problem. Though it's a quarter-wave antenna, the full length there is obviously not 102 inches. Instead, it employs a stainless steel whip standing on a coil for the base. The maximum length for this antenna is 52.5 inches, and that's just fine. Larson's CB antenna is tall enough to get a good range and signal quality. Its construction quality is pretty good too. The steel whip and the base make for a nice and durable combo. The power rating for this antenna is 150 watts and is more than sufficient for most CB uses. There are many antennas with a much higher power rating, but that doesn't make much of a difference unless the RF power output of the radio has been altered. The FCC mandates that the maximum power output from a CB radio be limited to 4 watts. Even with SSB, the maximum only goes to 12 watts. So this antenna will easily handle whatever power your CB radio throws at it. Before mounting this antenna, users will need to buy some necessities not included in the antenna package. The NMO mount and coax cable need to be purchased separately. Personally, I find it a bit disappointing, or even ironic, that an antenna with part number NMO 27C doesn't come with an NMO mount. Mounting will also require an RG58A/U coax and PL259 connector. The package does include a gasket and O-ring. Larson calls this antenna field tunable, possibly to imply that tuning it is easy. There is some truth to this statement, but as with any antenna, you will have to put in some work to get it right. The antenna doesn't have a tunable tip, so it might require some trimming for best results on VSWR, though managing the cable should be helpful too. Overall, this is an excellent base-loaded antenna with good power, range, stability, and quality. Mounted and tuned the right way, it will easily last years, providing good CB radio communication. To sum up, what we like is the stable base load with steel whip, good antenna length and gain, dependable performance, and good build quality. On the downside, it can take some effort to get the tuning right, and it doesn't come with a mount. So what do you think? Which of these is the best CB antenna for you? Or do you think another antenna is better? Tell us in the comments below, and don't forget to like and subscribe. Have an awesome day.